Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a working title beer now. Hashtag proper glassware. So this was their third birthday glass. And I've even got the T-shirt on. I didn't even realise. So yeah, this is a working title T-shirt, and you got to pick what hop you wanted on the shirt. And I'm a massive Talus fan, so although that's pretty cool that you could even pick Talus. So yeah, hashtag proper T-shirt. So it's a red IPA, and it's at 7.0%. Funnily enough, I thought I'd already had this beer because the name rang a bell. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness. And I was like, I'm sure I've done a beer on YouTube by working title with the same name. Funnily enough, I looked it up and I did. So I was like, oh, well, there's no point in reviewing this beer. And then I had a look at the review and it was a hazy IPA. So I'm like, that's weird. And it's not a series. So I think they've like fucked up and named a beer again. Like they probably don't even realise. So it'd be interesting to see when I see them next. Just go, do you realise you have a pursuit of happiness twice? One's a hazy and one's a red IPA. So yeah, I thought, well, fuck it, I may as well do the other one, and then they're both on YouTube as evidence. So on the back it says, 4 things we learnt in 2025. Mash hopping broadens the hop experience. Simcoe is the perfect red IPA hop. More hops at more times is just more. And Rawaka Amplifier from Clayton Hops is a powerful ally. Cool. And yeah, as Evie and Phil have said, pretty cool can artwork. Most of their cans have a similar appearance. They've always got the working title logo, the name of the beer in that font and then the style, and then all the sort of different colours around. Let's do it. Cheers to the chat. So yeah, Phil and Evie. Cheers, Craig. I just did a 1-drop sour, mate. Fucking went all over me. I forgot that I did the liquid chocolate last night, and normally that's a big no-no for me to do the same brewery in a row unless it's like a series of like Christmas or something like that. So I was like a real apologetic. So I don't ever want the channel to be like featuring the same brewery or the same style all the time. I always want to be able to mix it up. I do have quite a few 1-drop beers though. Okay, so let's get into it. Red IPAs and a style I definitely enjoy. Nice crack. Oh, I can already smell that toffee. That's when you know it's good, when you get a waft just from opening the can. So we're sort of hoping for like an amber colour, and generally I would love if it's got like a thick beige head. It's living up to the hype. Bit of dirty glassware there, but it's a lot redder in reality than what it's showing on the camera. You can see a slight red tinge there, but it's definitely a lot more red in real life. Reasonably clear. I would say medium body and medium carbonation. And yeah, like an off-white 2-finger head. Fairly foamy. Does look pretty nice. Let's go a smell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool you're learning piano, dude. Yeah, a lot of these companies, Evie's, they have actual like proper designers that's all they work on. How cool would it be if you were into beer and into art and that was your job? Like, there's a lady that works for a really big brewery in the States. They're called Toppling Goliath. And all her role is she has to come up with the artwork for a can, and then she's got to talk to the brewery, talk to the brewers and different people throughout the company and get ideas for the name of the beer and then like a story sort of surrounding that and the artwork. I thought that's a fucking awesome job. Yeah, for sure. You hit that like button too, peeps. So yeah, let's go back in for a smell. So yeah, it's like huge toffee, like a stickiness to it. I would say bready and biscuity as well. White bread, like a, I don't know, like a sort of like a sweet, almost like a sweet wafery type note. And yeah, you're getting a huge hit of citrus and stone fruit, like jammy marmalade, like apricot, orange, maybe some grapefruit, maybe like a nectarine. I always think of nectarine as sort of like in between like stone fruit and citrus. There's pine there, but it's sort of subdued. Amber perfumes. Oh yeah. I found this company, Evie, they're called Whiff. It might be worth looking into. It's WHIF. And what they do is they do their own versions of all the expensive fragrances. So you'll get like, yeah, they do like men's and women's or even like unisex ones. So you'll get all the top designer type fragrances like that are normally like hundreds of dollars a bottle. They sort of emulate them and get them as close as possible. And then they're only about like $30 a bottle. So yeah, look into that. WHIF. They're all over like Instagram and that. Cheers, Angie. What is the Pursuit of Happiness a movie? Because yeah, I said at the start of this stream, Angie, how these guys, I could have swore they already had a beer called this, and I went back and I'd reviewed it on YouTube like about a year ago, but it was a different style of beer. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll review it again. And then yeah, when I talk to them, because I know these two guys, I'll be like, oh, do you guys realize you brewed a beer with the same name? They'll be like, no, we haven't. And I'll be like, check my YouTube. Yeah, that's it, Evie. Yeah, go on their website, mate, and like they have pretty much like so many different fragrances. They'll have their own version of them. A lot of them will be sold out, but like even like some of the celebrity ones, like say you might be a fan of like Taylor Swift, they'll have her fragrance and yeah, just shit like that. But yeah, it's just really good. Like if you want some decent smelling stuff for like a reasonable price. At the end of the day, no one knows any different unless they see the packaging. It's just good. Like I don't normally wear fragrances very often. Just say if I go out, if I'm like, yeah, sort of going to some sort of event or something, I might. But generally with work and that sort of shit, I'll just use like deodorant. It's just good to have stuff like that for a special occasion. So when I bought some, I got some based on, I think it's Tom Ford. Is that a company? Tom Ford? Yeah, I got some based on, I think it's Tom Ford and LV. maybe. I don't know. I can't even remember, but there was one that was vanilla and spice, and that was my favourite. I've ran out. I've got to get some more. There's a band called that. Oh, yeah? Yeah. So, yeah, the one I got, Evie, was it's vanilla and smoke. I can't remember what it's called, but it's based on there's a Tom Ford one that's like $500 a bottle, and it's pretty much the exact same scent. And I got mine for about $40, I think. Anyway, back to the beer. Yeah, as I said, like massive, like citrus, stone fruit, little touch of pine, and yeah, big like multi base, toffee, bready, biscuity. Let's do it. I'm thirsty again. I'm looking forward to this because yeah, I love red IPAs and you don't get see enough of them. So cheers, guys. Love this glass too. I love that like aqua color. Oh man. Just the base is so good. It's like drinking a traditional red ale that's like real punchy and in your face. It's like that, but like hybrid with a really massive West Coast IPA, just like crushing them together. Two people that would absolutely love this beer is Craig is in Kent Beer Reviews and Adam is in Mersey Beers. They would love this. I feel like this would be one beer man would love as well. Beer man doesn't mind a red and then like loves his West Coast stuff. It's just like the pine's actually pretty intense because the malt base is so massive. They're like it's like they're fighting each other, but it's like a harmony between them. That's cool. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, peeps. Listen to that Evie girl. Yeah, I've got. I ended up. I got like. I think I bought three, and they gave me a free one. The shit thing was, is the free one was like a unisex one, and it was like scents that I'm not really into. Like I think it was like I don't know, like berry or citrus or something. I'm like, it's not really for me. Maybe I'll just take that one and sit it in my locker at work or something. But yeah, I tend to go for when it comes to fragrances and stuff. As I said, I don't use them very often, but when I do, I tend to go for like sort of a spice note or a woody note, or even like sometimes you'll get like coffee or tobacco, more of a manly sort of scent. Cheers, Phil. How's that piano going? La 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 la. You'll be playing some sleep token soon. You know it. Cheers, Smokey. Good to see you again, bro. Spice bomb. Extreme. Yeah, Musk is always good. Fuck yeah. See, I'm a huge vanilla fan. Vanilla's just one of those smells or flavors. I don't like it in anything. So I obviously love it in like my big impy stouts and that. But yeah, if you can have a smell like vanilla, it's like, ooh. I know one thing that used to get a bit of attention from the girls back in the day. I used to have a lime and coconut beard oil, and like I just put a little faint amount. This is like when I sort of first started growing a beard properly. And I used to put a little amount, just kick it in there, and then just bring out a real nice scent. And so many people would be like, "What's that smell? It's so good." I don't use like beard oil or anything like that these days, but when I first started growing a beard, I did. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't mind it, but I never spend large amounts of money on it. Cheers, Daniel. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, happy. Normally, when you say happy whatever day, it's the opposite for me, but today's still Tuesday for me as well. Not for much longer, though. Cheers again, Juz. This red IPA is unreal, dude. So yeah, as I was saying to a couple of people, when you go live, I'll have to jump on with you because I still haven't been on your show yet. It'll just be a good way to sort of get to know some of the people that like your buddy, the one that Evie's always banging on about. Yeah. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that are in our chats that sort of know of you and know of me and sort of know we're mates and stuff. There'd be some people in your chats that probably know of me but haven't seen me, so it's always good to sort of introduce yourself. Yeah, for sure. We will talk about this sort of stuff. Pride for our great country and our hatred for the fuckwits that run it. Let's pour some more, shall we? It's almost got a. I don't think it sounds silly. It's probably a fair call, but it's almost got like a treacle kind of feel to it. This beer. Yeah, that was cool. Oh yeah, cool. We'll have to check it out. Yeah, I only got to see a little bit of the last one. God, the fucking birds are noisy tonight. Big fat magpies sitting out on the bloody power lines. See, last night there was one and he was real jolly and just kept singing. Now there's about fucking 10 of them. He's like, come join my band, boys. Let's wake up this neighborhood. The next response will be high prickly pear. Oh, damn it. I was close. Damn it. It's like, yeah, the amount of money that I've seen females drop on like makeup and fragrances and that. It's just like, wow. I used to work with a girl and she only did like part time work. And every day she would have parcels getting dropped off at her house of like makeup and fragrances and all this shit. And it was just like, how the fuck are you paying for all that? Because like she wasn't living with her parents, like she was, yeah, like renting a place, and it's just like you're either in massive debt or you just don't eat, or there's something else going on that we don't know about. Give it a snifter. Yeah, not sure, brother. I've always found it pretty easy on there, so I can't help you, sorry. No, boyfriend was like, actually, now that I think about it, her boyfriend was a bit shifty. He was probably selling stuff. Yeah, boyfriend was a bit of a loser. Yeah. God, they're fucking bad though when they're swooping you. I get a lot of like, as I said to Craig once, it'd be cool if I set up like a camera in my backyard because I get a lot of awesome like bird life. Just the fact that I'm obviously in Australia, I'm in the country, and I've got a huge backyard with like massive trees and stuff. So you get a lot of different shit flying around. Like I even get bats at night and stuff. It'd be just cool to just film it for a bit and see what you actually get. I should put like a bird bath down there. My dream one day is to wake up and there's a koala in one of my trees. That would be so fucking cool to have your own koala. If I all of a sudden woke up and there was like a tree with a koala in it, I'd be like cherishing it, just trying to like look after it so it sticks around. Gucci. Yeah, shit like that. So it's like alcohol, Evie. Australians always pay a lot more for stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get crows around. My hometown was just fucking seagulls everywhere. Little fuckers pinching everyone's food. They'd even be like, we'd be playing basketball at school and they'd be like hanging around the courts and they're just always on the hunt for food, like a fucking Labrador. Better not do that too aggressively. I did it once mocking Craig and broke my favourite glass. No. I feel like no birds are smart. I'll tell you an animal that's dumb as a fucking kangaroo. They're dumb as dog shit. Yeah. Shifty fuckers. They're going well. They're both just sleeping on the couch. Yeah, surprising. I don't know. Like it looks like Angie's just gonna keep fighting, just keep going. I'm 15, nearly 16. I'm gonna live till I'm fucking 20. Just let me be. Cheers, Jamie. How'd you go getting back on the beers, mate? Would have been unreal. Having a month off, I'd be so fucking keen. You know what I meant. Yeah. No, how'd you go on the beers though because you had your month off? Did you get on the beers on the first day back on February 1 or were you at work that day? It's definitely a thing though when it's a little bit muggy and you're sitting in your big, comfy, fluffy fucking recliner. You have a couple of beers, and then all of a sudden it's like you get really fucking warm. Yeah, I don't know what to do about it. I think it's just a fault with the cooktops. Definitely, there's something going on with them. But that's what's happening. What you said, it's like they just keep tripping out all the time. I reckon there's like water's got into like a part where there's wiring or something. Like I know it's an issue, but I just don't know how to sort of sort it out. And I can't be fucked going through the landlord because he's a fuckwit, so I just put up with it. Moist. No, I'm not quite at that point. I'm just like warm. I can just feel the warmth inside going down the old pipe. Yeah, for sure. Would have been awesome. I might do a beer bong stream. I better not. I'm meant to be taking it easy. He's so tight, that man, Sammy. Oh yeah, the I was wondering who you're talking about. Yeah, the landlord. Fucking oath. I'm just gonna not put anything into the house, and then I'm just gonna keep putting the rent up every year. You're gonna pay for my house. That's pretty much what it is. I would love to know how much I've paid for this house. I guarantee I've paid for the whole thing. Easily. I reckon I've paid for more than the house. I've probably paid for another house of his just with my own rent. No worries, Smokey. Have a good night, brother. Always good to see you. It's getting more and more punchy, this beer. It's like the malt's elevating and getting more insane, but so is like the piney sort of green character. It's not for the faint of heart. You definitely, if you're new to craft beer and you're not a fan of like hoppiness and bitterness and that, you'd just be like, this is too much, this beer. Cheers, bro. Well, I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow night, but there'll be a beer review again at some stage during the week. See how we go. I've sort of been like, yeah, if I've had a decent day at work and I've still got plenty of beers in the fridge and that, I sort of don't mind just doing that one a night sort of thing. But sometimes you feel like a beer and then other times you don't. Yeah, for sure. Those chicken rolls I had were so fucking good. I'm considering making some more. When you get that chook straight from the delicatessen and it's still piping hot, and then you just rip into the breast with like the skin, oh, and just put it on a roll with mayo, salt and pepper, fresh roll. You just can't beat it. As far as simple food goes, I just don't think there's anything better than just a basic like chicken sandwich or chicken roll. So fucking good. I mean, obviously you can add other things to it, but I personally just love it when it's just chicken by itself. stop, stop making me hangry. Stop making me moist. Yeah, I had 3 bangers just before I started the first stream, and the chicken and the rolls are both still sitting there on the chopping board, ready to go again. Oh, it's going to be good having Monday, Tuesday off work. Super Bowl, baby. Go the Seahawks. Not 100% sure what I'm doing yet, but all I know is I wanted to watch it. I wanted to have beers. So I was just going to take the Monday off, especially because I'm not working till Tuesday, Arvo. Then I was like, nah, fuck it. I want Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm getting like 4 days off work, including the weekend, and yeah, watching one of my favourite sporting events for the year. Going to, I'm probably hanging out with 2 particular guys, but we just don't know what we're doing yet. But if I end up going to Melbourne, I'll end up hanging out with another crew. If I go to Melbourne, I'll end up staying the night. I think I'll make 2 days of it. Go do some other shit while I'm down there. Not the first time I've heard that. Yeah, for sure. And I hate arvos at work, so it's a good time to take a couple of days off on arvo shift instead of morning shift. One thing I am looking forward to tomorrow, because Wednesday's payday for me. Last week I did, you know how I did that insane amount of overtime, so my pay's going to be pretty good tomorrow. That's why I thought if I decide to go to Melbourne and fucking go all out, I'll just fucking get a night's accommodation and go somewhere nice for dinner and treat myself a bit. Uh yeah, so I was getting to a point I never use sick days. And I was actually owed about 3 weeks of sick days from when I first started at the company. And I hadn't got them, and they were still sort of there, but they just weren't showing up on my pay slips. And anyway, when I had that fuck up with work where I got screwed over, I sort of lost a lot of respect for the company. And I was like, fuck them, I'm just going to start taking days off like every other cunt does because I'm sick of it. So yeah, I started using up a fair bit of my sick leave then, but I still had so much left over. And then yeah, anyway, then they started getting annoyed because I was taking sick leave and they were thinking it's weird because I never used to, and then all of a sudden I am, and they kept questioning it and stuff. And then yeah, obviously I had that thing happen recently and I was off for a good 2 weeks, so that used up a big chunk of it. And then I went to the union and said, look, I'm still owed that sick leave that hasn't been added yet. Can you please adjust that? I want that back. So yeah, when I yeah, what was it the other day? I needed a sick. Oh yeah, when I had a doctor's appointment and I needed to use some sick leave, and I thought, fuck, I probably don't have any left, but I think I've got heaps again now because they've added that other amount back. So yeah, apparently if you sit on your sick leave and you don't use it and then you like finish up at the company, you get paid out some of it but not all of it, so you're probably better just to try and use it when you can. Yeah, I've got long service leave as well, which I haven't used. I sort of aimed for the long service to stay there, and when I move, if I move to another town, move jobs and that, at least I've got that as sort of backup for if I don't have work for a little while. Yeah, for sure. Tax is fucked. I don't even want to see how much tax I pay in tomorrow's pay. It's going to be huge. Yeah, there was days last week where I was still there after midnight, so I did insane hours last week. Anyone doing anything for Super Bowl? Probably no interest really, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to just do my own thing, but you just need that sort of capital behind you to get started, and it's just something I've never had. Moving out of home at an early age and just always battling because of rent prices, and I don't know. I don't help myself because I love a beer and that, but still, for how hard I work, I should have a lot more in life. Like I do, obviously, ideally for me would be to work in, have my own beer business, like have my own craft beer bar or something like that. I'd be in my element. It'd be something where I'd actually enjoy going to work every day. Mind you, yeah, if you'd have to have some good people working for you. I wouldn't be able to sort of relax if I had people that I didn't sort of trust and that. But I'd be like, fuck it, step aside, I'll do the job myself. When I have been a manager, though, like I've generally been well respected because I'm friendly with people, but I'm also stern. I definitely don't take any shit. That's how you need your leaders to be, like instead of all these fucking young girls that are leaders now because they, I don't know, flicker their eyelashes, show their boobs. Whew, getting warm. Yep, you know it. I'm still waiting for karma to bite them back, but it hasn't yet. No, just mainly because of where I've lived. I've had offers, like I've definitely had offers or people like sort of recommending me doing something, but it's always been in Melbourne, and I've never lived in Melbourne, so I feel like there's particular places I could probably walk into in Melbourne and have a job straight away. But yeah, unfortunately, I just don't live there. I just feel like it's going to open up so much more opportunity for me when the dogs aren't with me. It's sad to say, but it's just if you're a single bloke and you don't have dogs as opposed to having dogs, you just got so many places you can choose to live and go and stuff like yeah. Obviously not having dogs, I could just go and move into some tiny little apartment and it wouldn't worry me. Whereas having dogs, you need a yard, so then you end up paying twice the amount, and then it's like you can't afford that type of housing, and yeah, you're just always up against it. I just wish I had another mate that was real keen to live in Melbourne, and then you could at least go halves with someone and it'd work out all right. Yeah, it's just so hard when you're by yourself. I mean, I'm battling and I'm in a country town. It's like, how much worse would it be if I was in the city paying like probably an extra 100 than what I'm paying now? You don't want it to ever become a trap when all you're doing is paying most of your wage with rent and utilities. You always want some sort of spending money, or else life's not fucking worth living. I'd rather live on the streets and have nothing than like work a job and live somewhere where you don't have any spending money at all. It's like, what's the point of doing it? You may as well just fucking sit at home. Like, you may as well just sit out in the park doing nothing and just at least enjoy being relaxed. Yeah. Like it's ridiculous, Evie. The same house I live in now, it's a two-bedroom cottage house, so it should never be no way near the price it is. And it's in a country town as well. When I first moved here, it was $250 a week, which at the time was probably somewhat reasonable. It wasn't expensive or it wasn't cheap. It was sort of in the middle. But now it's $420 a week. And it's just like, and he's absolutely ridiculous. Like the house itself, as I said, I would have already paid the house off myself just through rent payments. It's not like a Melbourne house where it's worth $1 million. It'd be lucky to be worth a couple of 100,000. Yeah. That's why I just don't understand how they can have such a high price on it. Maryland is a piece of chicken over here. It's just, yeah, it's not fair, like, on Australian kids that work their asses off all their life. And even if you're like me and you're in a job where you earn somewhat decent money and you still can't afford a house. Baltimore, Baltimore, Maryland. I think Angie's hours away from Baltimore, though. Angie lives in the sticks. She's a fucking bum. One thing I was saying on the last stream, most of you's probably heard it, but not all of yous. A guy at work was searching for some Aldi beers on Google, and he's just typed in the name of the beers, and the first thing that come up was my review of those beers, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't know. He mustn't have known I had a channel, or he just sort of, yeah, just wasn't expecting it. He said it's amazing. He goes, "That's fucking amazing." He's like, "How many views does the video have?" I said, "Oh, it's probably got about 200 or 300. It's nothing big, but yeah." He just goes, "It's amazing how the first thing you put in, and yeah, someone he knows pops up." Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's why I always think of like fucking off and going to countries like that. Oh, okay. I was thinking you're about 2 or 3 hours away. Good to see you, Brevis. Have you ever had? There's a brewery from Oakland, California called Cellar Makers. I've had a few of their beers recently. They've been pretty decent. I had a smoked porter from them. It was called Coffee and Cigarettes. It was fucking awesome. And yeah, they had some really nice like IPAs, West Coast and hazy. Ah, good brewery from what I've had so far. Yeah, for sure. It's fucking hard. And that's the thing, like your life is better with dogs in it, but they definitely hold you back in certain things. Travel's the hardest. For me, all I want to do when I bust my ass all fucking year at work is have like a week or two where I fuck off and go to like Vietnam or somewhere like that. But I can't. I just can't do it at the moment with the two dogs because it ends up either costing me way too much money, or I worry that I'm going to lose Angus when I'm gone away. Yeah, it's just like there's just too much risk involved. I did it a few times in the earlier days, but now that Angus is at the age he's at now, there's just too much risk. And it's just, having two dogs, you're paying rent, you're going on the holiday, which is costing you an arm and a leg, and then you're having to put your dogs in a kennel, which is fucking insane prices, especially for two dogs. So it's just like I just can't justify it. It's just like I'm better off to wait until they're gone, or at least one of them's gone. I'd love to go on a holiday where I could actually take, like, say, Jack with me. That'd be unreal. Yeah, nah, a lot of those Asian countries, Evie, you can't really have full ownership, and that's a good thing, I reckon. That's how it should be in Australia. Our country wouldn't be so fucked. That's half the problem. Australia got too fucking carefree with that and let all these Chinese investors come in and buy all these houses, and now it's put all the prices up. Yeah, in Thailand and that. Say if you want to run a business in Thailand, you have to go in it with local people, and they have the major ownership of it. So like 51% sort of thing. I like how they do that. It stops rich people from coming in and just taking over their country. Because obviously, China would have already fucking just come in and swooped over them otherwise. Whew, geez, I'm warm now after that beer. Whew. So I'm going to wrap it up, I reckon, guys. I might sit up for another hour, perhaps, before going to bed. I want at least sort of 5 or 6 hours sleep. So shit getting up real early all the time. But this beer, I'm going to give this one a 4.4 out of 5. Very, very good red IPA. I would have loved to have drank it like super fresh. It was relatively fresh, but it would have been unreal in the first week or two. Cheers, Paul. Just wrapping it up, brother. Had a red IPA that was an absolute banger. As I said, not sure if I'll be around tomorrow. If I am, maybe just the one beer after tea or something. But pretty hectic day at work tomorrow, I think. Thanks for chiming in. Hit the like if you haven't already. I think I got some more beers turning up this week too, so something to look forward to. I've actually got to do a few more orders as well. I want to get some new brackets, some new kicks, some new mountain culture. I seem to be leaning towards the Sydney breweries of late, so goes to show where the good ones are. Cheers, mate. Always appreciated. Cheers, Brett. Yeah, for sure. Definitely do it, dude. Thanks, legends. I'm out. I'll see you whenever.